So this week I want to share with you the results from a scoliosis case that we're working towards correction in. A couple of things with this case is just how extreme it is, for sure, and you'll see the x-rays in just a minute when we move through that in the video. The interesting thing about this case though is just the amount of kind of cultural pressure this particular client is under. She's just surrounded by a lot of people that just don't believe that these things can be corrected, from her, professional network to her family, to there's just a ton of skepticism, and so it's been really tough for her to stay in the boat. And so this is where the x-rays are really great, because there is a certain amount of faith that you need to put in this process, and if you don't have that, then it's really going to be challenging. You're always going to be second guessing it, I just wanted to share these results with you so you can see just kind of what is possible. And the reality of this case is, very few people. I do have people with worse spines than what we're looking at, but if you take the age of where this person is at, it puts her pretty well in that worst case scenario category. So if she's getting correction, then you will too. So if ever you're kind of doubting this process, if your body is pushing back and you're experiencing some pain from your muscles, know that, that is part of the process of getting to, phenomenal correction.
So you can see here a huge shift off to the left as we're looking at the x-ray here, and then translating up into the rib cage, just a nightmare. So this would have been something that started right when she was young. The key here too is looking at just the pelvic imbalance, like 7 millimeters shifted either side. And so, this is the stuff that a lot of health professionals say, you can't affect that. You're not going to change that. You're just going to have to live with that. So I'm just going to stop the video and flip up the next x-ray. So we took another one, so it would have been 4 months apart, and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so this is the x-ray we took just the other day, and sort of the huge change has been down in the pelvis there. So we've got the pelvis is within 2 millimeters, which is within our normal limits. The apex of the curve, so when we talk about the apex of the curve down here, so how far off to the left, it went from 17 down to 15. We're coming up into the rib cage, so the rib cage translation has actually moved 5 millimeters. So she was -2 on this side, and now she's actually crossed the midline. So the body is searching for harmony as we get more strength and mobility in the spine. So the key here, obviously, we're just going to continue to adjust. We're going to see more and more changes. So if we can see kind of a 3 to 5 millimeter change in this every 6 months, which we're right on track for that, then we are well within just kind of a stellar recovery rate. You gotta understand, this stuff is just so rooted in her neurology. The bones are just being held by ligaments and muscles that are thinking that this is okay. That's how screwed up the neurology is here. And the reason we want to get this cleaned up is not only just the amount of back pain that she's under, or will walk into, but the disability that comes with this is just through the roof. The researchers say that life expectancy for somebody with scoliosis gets reduced between 14 to 17 years because of the pressure on the spinal cord and because of how much damage that's causing to the organs because of the pressure on those nerves. So, yes, it's a long road for people like this, but the fact that we can correct this is just absolutely miraculous.
Okay, so we're 4 months in with her, and we're going to be taking another set of x-rays, not probably in 4 months, because we took those ones a little bit early just to help her see where things are at and try to combat some of that negativity that she's surrounded by. But the flip side is, guys, this process does take time. And I know it only seems, you're just in the office for a minute or two to get adjusted, but we're resetting the most powerful system in your body, your neurology, your nerve system. And when those breakers get reset, your body then heals between adjustments. So it's not about how long you're in the office, or even some days how many forces we put through your body. It's the fact that we put the right forces in the right area that your body's ready to receive, so that it can heal to its fullest in between adjustments, and then we can build on that. So you are going to see great changes. We just need you to follow through, stay committed to your schedule. That's the thing that handcuffs me. If people aren't showing up for their visits, I can't see the kind of change that we just saw on those x-rays. You know, your exercises at home, those are critical. That's part of buy-in. You know, that's how engaged are you in reaching the goals that are able to reach for you in here. So all that stuff really matters, and we want you to live life, I mean, full out. We don't want your neurology to be slowing you down. We want you to have passionate relationships. We want you to have, you know, extraordinary goals, and whether that's, you know, tackling physical feats like doing marathons and doing things like that, or whether it's just being able to get down on the floor and roll around with your kids without your neck going into spasm. We want that for you. Life is meant to be fully, enjoyed, right from the moment you wake up to when you crash in bed at night. And there shouldn't be fear in that. You shouldn't be wondering, oh, when are things going to fall apart? No, you can know that when your neurology is looked after, you know, you don't have that foreboding, you know, spirit on you. You can just have joy and expectation that tomorrow's going to be even better.